Welcome everyone. I'm joined today by Gevorgyan, National Project Manager at the International Trade Center. Garan is here today to discuss the Eastern Partnership Trade Helpdesk, a European Union-funded platform that provides export information and support to the Armenian private sector, particularly small and medium-sized businesses, as well as in several other post-Soviet countries. Garan, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you for inviting.
To start, can you tell us about the Eastern Partnership Trade Helpdesk in general? I understand it's quite new, so what's the goal? What's the purpose?
The project was launched in 2019, and the goal was to create a tool to support Armenian and local exporters and producers in Eastern Partnership region, and provide them a comprehensive information tool for making right decision and justified decision for their further exporting plans, entering new markets, expanding in the target markets, etc. Since the implementer of the project is International Trade Center, which is an agency of World Trade Organization and UN, and this organization has like global databases and global market intelligence tools, and through these tools, through integrating these tools, this EAP Trade Helpdesk was created. The Trade Helpdesk provides like first analytical information like trade data, and also provides regulatory information. So there are like three blocks within this portal. One is identifying opportunities. Here you can find trade data information about any kind of product which you can select through its HS code. And you can select the target country or target market, and the portal will provide you all the data. Not only data about the volumes of trade of this HS code within these two countries or regions, but also provide you the calculation of export potential. Export potential on remain opportunities, on how much you still can export to that market or to that country. After that, you can also have an opportunity to get acquainted with all the regulatory information. What are the regulatory on entering that market? What are the tariffs? What are the taxes? What are the non-tariff measures? Whether these countries have some trade agreements which give you more opportunities, etc. And putting all these tools together, the exporter can make his justified decision on whether to export to that country or to other country, to expand or to start exploring new markets, etc.
Okay, and just to take a step back for a second, when we're talking about the Eastern Partnership, we're talking about 6 countries, is that correct? Armenia, Georgia, Azerbaijan, Ukraine, Belarus, Moldova. So this EU and International Trade Center funded supported platform is supporting small and medium businesses in all of those countries. Can you talk specifically about why this is important?
Well, especially for SMEs, most of SMEs, they cannot afford having like export department, export specialists, export managers, but at the same time they need to somehow diversify their export, and they need information. They need, because after COVID and after this Ukrainian crisis, the world external trade and external environment is changing very fast. Value chains are changing, logistic chains are changing, markets are changing, demands, suppliers, etc., etc. And you have to, first of all, be fast, and second, you need analytical information to make justified decisions. That's why the portal was created. And that's why we want as much SMEs and as much exporters to benefit from this portal.
Can we also take a step back and just talk about right now what Armenia's export map looks like, so to say? So where exactly is Armenia sending exports?
Yes, well, the majority of our exports, of course, go to Russia and Eurasian Union. If we speak about EAP region and EU region, we have only like around $650 million export to EU, out of which 75% is like mining, aluminium, precious stones, etc. And only like and another 100 million is apparel, which is mostly like outsourcing services. They are not like local brands and local production. And only a small part is left to SME intensive sectors. That's why the diversification is very important. Diversification is important because when your dependency on one market is very high, the risks, of course, are also very high. Currency change risks, logistical risks, geopolitical risks, etc. That's why this portal, and from the other hand, also we see that although the figures are quite low, but there is quite big potential to grow there. There are some sectors, for example, food processing, agriculture. There is quite big room for further development and further exporting to EU. But of course, this portal is help producers when you have your production, and so like the final stages of your exporting. And of course, there are many problems also in the initial and middle stages of production about production standards, about marketing, packaging, labeling, etc. So the export starts from the production.
Of course. And I'm wondering if you could give us some insight based on your experiences working with Armenian small and medium-sized businesses, what are the greatest strengths or comparative advantages they have in exporting? I know it's a broad question.
It's a broad question, and of course it depends on what sector we are talking about. It really depends. But for example, again, coming back for agro-processing sector, with the strong sides is the taste of it, how ecological clean our projects are, and so consumers in Europe, even when we take our producers to European big expos and trade fairs, to be short, when particularly speaking about our food processing, the strong sides is the taste and the cleanliness, ecological of our production. But again, in general, the problem is one of the main problems is the volume of our production. So to be a sustainable exporter, and you need quantity and quality. Unfortunately, in many times for Armenian case, we don't have our quality, so we have volume, but we don't have quality. In other case, we have quality, but we don't have volume. And in general, to formulate the problem that we need enough quantity with enough quality of the production.
In your view, what are some of the biggest challenges that Armenian small businesses face when looking to export abroad?
Well, of course, the challenges the known challenges is that the strict regulations, the logistic problems, matching with conformity of the production to the standards, etc., etc. All those problems, of course, exist. But from the other hand, we see that also a big challenge is the lack of information and the uncertainty that our producers have about European market. In many cases, that the decision not to export to Europe is not related with this, the problems I listed, but the main problem is the uncertainty, the low knowledge of language, uncertainty on procedures, etc. And particularly this is the problem to solve this portal is working for. And by the way, starting from beginning of next year, we will have a special part on the portal where will be trade procedures, there will be description of trade procedures step by step. For example, for some group of products, we will have step-by-step description. For first step, you have to go there. You have to how you have to take certificate of origin, how to organize logistic transportation, how to organize customs clear procedure, how to do laboratory analysis, and all these steps are described with very details. So I hope that for this site, this portal will also contribute to increasing export to European market and Eastern Partnership markets.
That's great. Goran, can you remind us again, for folks who may be watching and are interested, where they can find this portal, where they can find more information?
First of all, just entering this portal, EAP Trade Helpdesk.org. And by the way, on November 24, we are organizing online webinar for open webinar, and whoever wants can participate. And now Ministry of Economy is disseminating in social media this webinar where you can find the link to register there. And it will be like 1 or 1.5 hour event where our experts from headquarters will provide detailed description of how this portal is working and how you can benefit from that.
Great. So again, that's the Ministry of Economy's social media pages. You can find that information.
Since Ministry of Economy is main government partner for this project, and they are disseminating, and you can find it from their Facebook page. But also you can go direct to that portal, as I already said, EAP Trade Helpdesk port, and it is created in a way that it's quite user-friendly, where each user can find guides how to navigate there, and it's not so complicated to use. There are many charts, infographics there, which make the usage of portal quite simple.
Wonderful. Well, Goran, thank you very much again for your time.
Again, thank you for inviting.
And thank you for joining us on CivilNet.